Hello, and welcome to What Am I Rolling? A twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 2 of our Pugmire one-shot, so make sure you've listened to the first part before continuing on with this episode. To briefly recap, Katie, Brandon, Andrew and Jacob are playing Charles, Benji, Kona and Posh Allen respectively, a group of pioneers known as the Paw Patrol. After returning from their first ever mission of mapping the mountains north of Pugmire, they were asked by Duke Henrik Doberman to investigate some worrying reports of bandit activity happening near the Doberman mines, specifically around the small mining village of Ellendonk. As the Paw Patrol gets closer to their goal in uncovering what activity has been happening, they start to realise that all is not what it seems, and that the Duke may have had a secret agenda. Remember, whenever a character performs an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw, they must roll a 20-sided die, known as a d20. They then add any relevant modifiers or bonuses from their character sheet to the result and see if they can beat an unknown difficulty class, or DC, which has been set by the Games Master. There are two big things that set Pugmire apart from the other d20 systems. One is the Fortune Bowl, and the other is the Order of Initiative. Fortune is a measure of enthusiasm, inspiration, and teamwork. As characters overcome obstacles or play to their character traits or flaws, they build up fortune in their Fortune Bowl. When things get tough, the players can use a token of fortune to push the odds in their favour, and re-roll any die and take the higher result. There are other uses for fortune besides re-rolling a die. These include casting a spell without a spell slot or interrupting combat initiative to take a turn. That leads us quite nicely onto the Order of Initiative when it comes to combat. Once initiative has been rolled and the character first in the round finishes their turn, they get to decide which character goes next in combat. Once that character has finished their turn, they then get to choose the next person, and so on and so forth until every player and enemy has had a go. Once the last character or enemy has gone in a round, they get to pick who goes first in the next round. This could also include choosing themselves to go again. Note that both players and the Games Master can interrupt this order and take their turns by using fortune tokens, by either removing or adding to the fortune pool respectively. Finally, just a note for this one-shot, we actually did have a cat adventurer and implemented some of the fortune rules from the monarchies of Mao. But these rules are only slightly different from the core rule set for Pugmire, so there's no need to mention them here. I don't want to get too bogged down in how to play Pugmire, as I couldn't do it justice in the time we have. However, if you want to find out more, check out the official Pugmire website. That's www.realmsofpugmire.com. There's a whole bunch of handbooks and guides and adventure modules and scenarios available to buy and download there. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, and what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. And with all that out of the way, let's get back to Pugmire.
I guess.
So you sort of come out of the buildings, not really finding anything of use, and you sort of go in, and then maybe another 5-10 minutes later, you sort of hit the edge of the town, and the first building on the road leading into the town looks like to be a large blacksmith's. And you notice this because there's like a big anvil sign over the top of it, and an open wall which opens to the air. But as you sort of go towards it, you can't hear the sounds of the anvil. Like, there is no fire, there is no smoke, there is no sounds at all.
That makes sense. You know, you got the economic turndown. They were probably told to stay at home, you know, in social distance. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, but we saw their homes, and their homes were empty.
We saw one home, but that person could be an essential worker and had to go into work.
And as you get closer, you actually all see this, that the roof of this building has completely collapsed in. And if someone was to go into the blacksmith itself, you can see that all that remains of the tools that are there is that just a rusty anvil and a large cold forge.
Well, this is strange. We don't get any sense of cats or rodents or
Like no tracks or anything like that?
yeah.
Make a wisdom check if you've got survive. I'll let you use that as well.
I'll use search to look for true clues or hidden items or something.
Cool. All right, you do that.
18.
Kona, you sort of go in, and as you sort of go, you sort of start searching around, like around the forge and stuff. And actually, what you do find is a very battered set of leather armor in the wreckage. And you sort of you taking your time because obviously with the roof caved in and stuff, you pull it out, and you all see this armor. It bears the house crest of the Doberman, and you recognize it because it's very like the armor that was worn by the guards back at the manor.
Mm-hmm.
Is it usable? Is it wearable?
It's pretty battered, and I think your armor would be well suited to you. But it's up to you. You can keep it if you want.
Nah, I'm not gonna keep it Doberman.
Yeah,
armor.
I don't want to keep it
No. All right.
because the Doberman is much larger than a cat. Like
I mean, armor it's a leather armor, so it could be to you if you wanted to. But it has the Doberman crest on it.
Hey, Benji, do you want it? You don't have armor, right?
I don't have a proficiency in it.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, the only good it would be trying to like sneak into that castle, and we don't really have a reason to do that. So
Could I gain a proficiency in it?
So strays do have aptitudes in light armor.
Mm.
So you could wear it. Light armor.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So you sort of put it on. So that'll be 11 plus your dexterity. So as you sort of start making your way into the town, you notice an inn. And on the top of it inn is a big boardy sort of sign. On the sign itself is like it's an apple tree with like one of those sap taps hammered into it, and it's called the Cider Tap Inn. It's a 2-story inn with, you think, a tavern on the first floor, but again, what strikes you instantly as you pass it is only part and the inside remain. Like, it looks like there's been a massive sort of like, not fight or brawl, but there's definitely been some sort of act of violence here with like bits of the tavern falling into disrepair.
Hey, let's go check it out. They might have some catnip tea, and I need some. They might have, there might be some stocks of some of it left.
Those who want to can make a search or a wisdom
I'll follow
check.
along and search.
That's 21.
Oh, natural 20, nice.
Hey guys, I'm good again.
Okay, and a 12.
21.
Hey,
There must be alcohol here still. There must be catnip tea. And you find instantly that there is absolutely nothing left here. The barrels are completely empty. Even the glasses, like the fancy beer glasses you would get, are gone. There's nothing left here of worth.
So burn it down? I have a torch.
no.
Good lord.
It's useless to us. There's nothing here.
We don't want to alert anyone that we're here. That might be.
Maybe there's a slight chill in the air.
The Paw Patrol doesn't set towns on fire.
But not regularly. We don't set towns on fire yet. Let's not rule this out in case we. Yeah, let's keep our options open. We don't want to like legislate ourselves into a corner here where we can't burn a town down if we need to.
I agree with that statement.
So the tavern itself is almost like on the edge of a square in Ellendonk. And as you sort of peer out after searching through the inn, you can see a couple of other buildings as well. There looks to be across the way, one of the more structurally sound buildings, you think is like a general store. There's also some abandoned homes. You can see that instantly their windows have been shattered and blown out. There's also, in the distance, you can see a church. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go to the store. They might have tea.
I'm gonna go check out the church.
I'll go to
Okay.
the schoolhouse.
I'm going to follow to the general store.
I got a 19 on the general store check.
What
I
are
I
you-
find tea now.
I got
Wait,
a
are you-
13 on the church.
Hang on, wait a second. I got to do one thing at a time. Posh Allen. The store is one of the more structurally sound buildings in the town. And inside, you can see broken furniture and a staircase leading up to the second floor. You can tell that this general store once sold supplies to presumably the mind workers and maybe caravan drivers who took the iron ore back to Pugmire. It, like the rest of the buildings, appears to be long abandoned. What was your check? It was like a 19?
19. Yeah.
19. You can tell instantly, compared to the other buildings, that a massive fight happened here on the ground floor.
Oh no, they didn't scatter the catnip tea everywhere, did they?
There is no items that you can find, but you can see like the door was damaged by something or someone being thrown at it, like the way it is. Oh, sorry, I am lying. You do find some things. There's some non-perishable supplies under the counter, like some rope,
All right,
maybe a
well,
shovel,
catnip's non-perishable, so okay, good.
rucksacks, and some quills and inkwells. Although the ink has long since been evaporated.
Rucksack, quills, ink, and catnip tea. What a weird combination to keep
there's
under.
no catnip tea. But yeah, so there's that. So who was going up to the church? Sorry,
I got a 13.
13. Okay. You're going up to this church and you can see it's mostly intact, although the parts of the roof are sort of rotting out. And on one side, as you're coming up around the side of it, you can tell that one of the walls is partially collapsed. As you get close to it, you do notice that the front door is ajar, showing a shadowy interior.
Yeah, let's go through the door.
Inside the church, the pews and raised platforms at the front of this are undisturbed. What you see sort of instantly is sort of a shadowy figure in one of the pews. Soon as you open the door, there's a loud sort of as the hinge goes on it. It looks up at you and bolts out of the collapsed wall.
I just saw something bolt away.
Yeah. It looked up at you, like it moved, and then ran away from you.
Can I chase it on all fours?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna chase it.
All right, so that's 40 feet of movement. Make a notice check if you've got it. Wisdom.
I do not have notice.
All right, just wisdom then for me.
Wisdom. 16.
So as you get there, this creature is a little bit faster than you, but you can see it is bolting away from you and going towards what looks like a storehouse. And it sort of gets to the door, looks back at you, and goes away. Make for me just a straight, and make for me an intelligence check for me. See if you can discern what it is.
A 2.
It was so bloody quick. You've no idea what it was, but it was big. That's the thing you get. It was about as tall as you and as wide as you.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, and it darted through the door and shuts the door behind it into the storehouse.
Can I just take a look at the perimeter, see if I can deduce if it's still inside, just by
around the storehouse?
Yeah, see if there's any exits or something.
Yeah. So as you go, make for me a search check then.
A 6. Wow.
You do a good run around. You're quite quick, and you get around. You didn't see anything. I think the only way in must have been through that door. I'd say for the others as well, you would have seen Kona go up to the church. Probably you were doing your own thing, apart from maybe Posh Allen, who's in the general. And you just see Kona bolt out, and is starting to run around this storehouse.
I'll probably come join the Kona.
If I was going to go to the schoolhouse, did I see this happen?
Yeah, you would have done. Sorry, did you say you were going to? Were you going to the schoolhouse?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I'll do that. This is all happening at the same time.
Okay.
So are you going in, or are you just searching the outside?
I'm noticing the outside.
Okay. Notice the outside then.
19.
Looking at the schoolhouse, and you may be peering in through one of the broken windows. It's a floor building, and it seems to be one big single room. And you would recognize this as well, being one of the more sort of educated companions of this party. You would recognize it as a sort of single building where probably younger dogs would receive their education whilst their parents will be off doing their sort of day jobs, and probably would have also acted as a meeting hall or maybe emergency shelter. But the other thing as well, you notice as you sort of walking around the outside, is that the doors itself have been smashed in, and also from that roll as well, it looks like they were maybe barricaded at one point, but you don't know. Like the whole place itself, the whole house looks like it once was a barricade, but very poorly so, and it's clearly whatever happened, it didn't work. And as you sort of are figuring this out, you hear Kona and Benji running around the storehouse.
Okay, well, I probably see that, and I would go kind of follow after them with the plan of returning back to this when we're all back together.
Okay, cool. I'll go back to Posh Allen. So you're in the general store. There is no catnip tea, but there's a few, like I said, there's like some rope. There's rope, bag, and shovels, some quills.
I know. I probably won't grab anything. Like if we need something, we can come back. If we need something, we can come back and get it. I'll follow after Benji.
I was going to say, you can see there's a staircase going up to a second.
Oh, well then I'll explore the second floor.
You go upstairs and you see a single large room. On the left-hand side, you see a stack of old crates that look dusty and broken. And on the right-hand side is a small bedroom containing a rotting mattress and a chest. The bed looks disheveled and is covered in brown stains.
I'm gonna go check out that chest.
All right, make a wisdom check.
Got a 20.
So you discover that when you open the chest, there is like a couple of like maybe bed sheets and some sort of like shirts. Perhaps it's all sort of disarrayed, but underneath it all, you find what looks to be like a diary, a tattered diary with a sort of almost blood sort of dripping off it, like not dripping off it, sorry, but it looks like blood has been spattered onto it. And as you start to read through it, it says that the diary belonged to the owner of the store, one Elijah Dane, who lived in Ellendock his entire life. And as you skip through some of the entries, it talks about Doberman mercenaries telling him he needed to leave his store. And when they told him this and said there would be consequences if he didn't, he threw them from the store and said they should never return. And then on the final entry, it says there's like a hasty note in a different hand saying Elijah was found murdered in his bedroom above the store the next morning. And after that, no dog dared question the orders to leave the town. And there's no more entries after that.
Interesting.
I'll stash this in my rucksack.
Okay. And I assume you go and join the others. You probably look out the window and see what looks like a free dog race around the storehouse.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I'll say you all meet back up at this point.
Yeah, so I saw a thing in the church. Don't know what it was, but it was about the same size as me. And then I chased it to this storehouse, and I don't think there's any other exits to the storehouse. I think whatever's in there is still in there, but no idea what it was.
Let's make it dead.
Yes.
All right, you going in?
Yeah. I'm concerned about how we always jump to violence straight away. But I don't think I'll be able to stop you.
So as you open, whoever it is, I presume Kona would do it, open the door. You see these long storage buildings have weathered the best out of all the buildings in the town. They have all their walls and look to be structurally sound. Large doors, enough to fit a loaded wagon, stand now stand open. And you see a long sort of empty interior, and there doesn't seem to be any signs of entry or theft. And the whole building is maybe about 60 feet long. And as you all sort of peer in, there are crates, there are barrels and stuff, but they're all sort of strewn about. There's no sort of order to anything. And just from a glance from the door from all four of you, doesn't seem to be anyone in here.
I'm gonna search for smells or clues to see where they are.
Can I give it a notice check to confirm that I don't notice anyone in here?
I too would like to make a notice check.
I only got a 12 total.
I have an 8.
Okay, Katie?
My notice check, I got an 11.
God, so we really don't notice anyone in here. Yeah, okay, there's nobody in here, guys.
And Benji, do you want to notice something?
No, I'm just gonna chew on my antler.
Nice. I just want to make sure you're not left out. As you sort of start to go through the storehouse slowly but surely, making sure there's no Benji.
And then I look up.
Yeah. Yeah, Benji looks up. As you sort of do a sort of sweep of the whole building, and it's only till you get to the back third of the room do you see it. Both Charles and Posh Allen see there's a trap door in the floor.
Guys, trapdoor.
And Benji, definitely, you looked up and saw it all immediately. Like,
Duh, I could have told you that.
Well, someone should go in it.
I nominate the cat.
I think the cat could look. Carry reflexes and everything.
Yeah. Better dark vision.
No, I see just as well as you guys. These are the racist stereotypes that we're trying to combat.
How about we just flip the door open and see what's down there?
Benji, can you make for me a notice or a wisdom check for me, please?
11.
You're sort of like standing back a little bit from the others, like back maybe at the door itself, and maybe you just suddenly just glance out into the area, and about 20 feet from you is a Doberman who you recognize. They clearly were trying to sneak up and sort of just like see what you were
snarl to alert the rest of the...
Okay, yeah, you do that. You all notice that there is something else outside, but you recognize it, Benji, because you sort of met them before. It's the young boy, Grolf Doberman. He sort of quickly holds up his hands to show that he's unarmed, and he starts speaking very quickly, almost as if he's very, very nervous. And I'm sorry, I've been following you the last couple of nights, but I need you to hear me out. my father hired you to take care of a problem my family seems to be having, but I don't think that's right. I think there's something wrong with what he's saying. I don't trust it. I just need to know the truth about my family as well, please. I won't be a problem. I just thought I'd come and see.
Can you elaborate a little bit further about how your family has been acting strangely?
Well, ever since I came back from school for the holidays, both parents just seemed really off. Like my dad's been sneaking off to some meetings, and I've tried to follow him to see where he goes, but he always disappears before I get time. And he's just been talking about how much he hates cats, and it's really weird. It's got to the point where I don't know. I think he's planning something, or something has happened. I don't know. And Mama, she's just never really cared, but she's even crueler now. So
Can I do sense motive just to make sure he's not
yes,
full
go
of,
for it.
full of it?
Go for it. So that's a wisdom plus your proficiency.
Yeah, maybe he went to acting school and that's all this is.
It's a 16.
He seems genuine. Like he looks very nervous, and the fact that he's unarmed, and I think like you think this kid is a bit naive, perhaps following you guys out here. Like he must have been in the wilderness for like 3 days, following you at such a pace.
This is Paw Patrol. What is this? Some kind of kids' adventure story?
Yeah, hold on. All right. Paw Patrol team meeting. Huddle up.
Pause in.
He sort of stands there looking quite sheepishly.
I say we kill him.
What? Why? If we kill him, we'll have the whole family after us.
We could send him down the trap door.
No, I think we hold on to
Or
him.
actually, hold on. I revised my suggestion. We have him tag along, and if things go south, we have a pretty juicy hostage.
Exactly.
So does he have anyone with him? Or is
Make
it just him?
Make a wisdom check to see if you look around or if you've got notice.
Notice. I got a 15 on my notice.
Oh, I got a 16. Boom. Oh, and
Nat
he's ready to
20.
beat all of
Wow,
us.
very good. You are instantly and you are on edge because after that shit with the ticks, you're like no, and this village is off-putting. It's unnerving that he and whatever this other creature is in the storehouse are the only things you've seen in days that have come from it. So you look around, making sure it doesn't look like anyone else is with him. This kid has somehow followed you out all the way to Ellendonk from his home castle, home manor even.
Look, the kid's naive and kind of an idiot, but we may need a hostage, and Providence provides. We have our hostage right now.
I mean, I'm
In
not
worst
against
case,
that.
he can fight with us.
Yeah.
Next step, we use the hostage to blackmail the Dopamine family, and then we take control of Pugmire. Boom, cats win. Suck my dick.
Hang on, I can still hear you. I just want to find out what my father is up to. I can fight. I went to military school, so I can do it. But honestly, I just want to find out information. And the Paw Patrol seems to. Well, I heard they know what they're doing.
Yes, we do.
When there's trouble, we'll be there on the double. Paw
Listen, kid,
Patrol.
you heard wrong.
I mean, sure. Please let me come with you.
I think for now it wouldn't hurt to let him tag along.
I'm okay with him tagging along.
I snarl and begrudgingly agree.
So you let Grolf come into your party as well, and
Yes.
he genuinely seems relieved. Like I said, he seemed like almost sweating nervously, but didn't know how to sort of approach this. So again, with that hiding thing, but he's like, "Whew, thank goodness." Okay, what did you find?
This trap door. Your first task is to tell us what's behind it.
Oh, I can do that.
Growth.
Yeah.
Don't admit that you had no plan. 2, Benji,
Oh.
stop telling him everything we know. Don't do that.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Posh Allen. And unless anyone stops him, he will go to open the trap door.
No, that's fine.
So he sort of lifts it and pushes it back, and you can see it drops down. Having a quick glance, he sort of pokes his head into it, and he says, there seems to be lots of wooden shelves down there. Like, I think there's like some folders, but they seem to be burnt and scattered. And then there's a tunnel leading away down towards the south. But that's all I can see.
All right, let a professional take a look. I'll roll
Of course, of course, Mr. Posh Allen.
Okay, I assume I see the same stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
Out of the way.
All right,
It's
good
my
job,
turn.
good job, kid.
I have a natural 20.
You see all what I just said, but in perfect detail.
In
Those
perfect detail.
you can see that there are quite a few folders that look torn and burnt, like almost like it was like a secret hideaway for certain files, but they're all been burnt. And you maybe if you drop down into it, you can see that there's just no information to be got from there. You can't read any of the details. And like I said, there is a tunnel leading down to the south.
Okay, I'm just like, all right, kid, maybe they taught you something.
What's that, Mr. Posh Allen?
How to actually use your eyes is good. You know how to use them.
I do. I've got quite decent sight.
Yes.
Do we follow the tunnel?
Yeah, there was the schoolhouse too, but also, do we really want to chase this unknown creature?
I'm down for either.
Could these lead to the mine?
I thought the mine was farther to the north, because otherwise we would have passed it, right? Because it's north of Pugmire.
Yeah, so Ellendonk is like the closest village to it. It'd probably take another half day's travel to get to the mine, because it's like basically where they would stay and then go to work in the morning and come home in the evening.
Well, this shadow figure might know what happened to this village. It could either be an attacker or a previous citizen, maybe.
Or both. What a twist.
Dun, dun, dun. I think we should follow the tunnel.
Okay, I'm guessing the other two will follow and agree.
Yep.
So who's going first in the tunnel?
I suppose I will.
Benji, then
And Kona.
Kona,
Then Charles.
then Charles. Posh Allen, do you want to put Grolf in front of you?
Yeah, we'll put Grolf in front of me.
All
Yeah,
right.
don't let that shit run away.
As you slowly start to make your way down this, it is quite not tight, but it's definitely getting. You can tell it's been sort of dog made essentially. So it's been like using paws and stuff rather than a natural made phenomenon. So you go through the tunnel, and suddenly, as you get there, Benji, you're the one that feels it. Suddenly, above you, there looks like to be a spike gate that comes crashing down from the ceiling. I need everyone to make a wisdom or a dexterity saving throw. And I will roll for Groff.
Dexterity.
Not good for Groff.
Now I get like a crazy bonus to this because of my cat-like reflexes, right?
Sure.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, I did better than Katie, but still not great.
All right.
Kona, the most nimble of all of us, also in real life.
Those who got below a 10, you're going to take this full damage. Those who passed get half. So Grolf and Charles and Posh Allen take 3 points of piercing damage. Yeah, I rolled quite poorly. And then Kona and Benji, you take 1 point as you manage to you see it coming and just scoop out the way. This gate crashes down from the ceiling and cuts you off from the storehouse behind you.
So I wonder why the shadowy creature, if they would have gone this way, would not have activated this.
I mean, can I do a notice check and like look on the ground to see if I see like a tripwire or something like something that caused it to activate that we could have avoided?
Do a notice check. Yeah.
No.
If there was, it's not there now.
All right. Well, I just lied to the group. I'm like, well, there was like a wire here, so they must have known where it was, and they jumped over it, but we didn't, so we tripped it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
As you keep going through to the tunnel, you can see it starts to split off into two branches, one going to the left and one going to the right. And it's actually quite dark at this point. So you're finding it really difficult to see very far in front of you.
Doesn't one of you have a torch?
I do.
Benji?
You gonna light it up?
Might as well.
All right, you light it up. The light goes about 30 feet, so you can now see that the tunnel splits off into two paths, one to the left and one to the right.
If I wanted to look for tracks on the ground.
Do for me, if you've got it, it's a survive check. If not, just straight wisdom.
No.
Oof. Yeah, you look down, and yeah, from what you can tell before, it's very hard to see any something. It's like almost good. It's almost stone. It's stone essentially, so you can't see any tracks or anything. So, which path are you guys going to take?
Can we hear anything? Smell anything?
Wisdom checks if people want to do that, or notice if they've got that.
I got a 12.
Got 13.
22.
So you also take a moment to listen. Even Benji and Posh Allen, maybe each of you go to one of the tunnels and really listen. You can't hear anything, and it's really unnerving. Like, there's no sound of running water. There's no sound of air whooshing through the tunnel. Absolutely nothing.
All right. The smartest thing to do is to split the party. But I don't want to go with Growth because I hear his family is racist against cats, so I don't trust that.
Oh, well, if you say so, Mr. Posh Allen. Like, I think most cats are good. Some of my best friends are cats.
Oh yeah, we're gonna whip that
Uh-huh.
out, huh? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I'll do whatever you think's best.
I just don't want to be alone with him.
I don't think we should split the party.
I don't think so.
Okay, fine.
Hmm.
Which way, left or right?
Even we go left, odd we go right.
Okay, you rolling for it?
It's
That's
odd.
odd.
It's right.
So you start moving your way forward, and the small earthen cavern is barely 6 feet tall and looks like it was recently hewn, with much of the tunnel's system. The cavern appears empty, and there is a crumbling stone staircase at the opposite end of the room. So you guys are sort of at the entranceway of this small cavern currently.
Does the staircase go up or down?
Down.
All right. I said we go back and just go down the other tunnel and see, because who knows where this staircase could lead.
I agree.
Okay.
We should go see if that's a dead end or leads somewhere else that we can investigate real quickly and then come back here and follow this one down.
Mm.
So you go back and turn around the corner, and then you go down the left-hand passage. This is a moderately sized earthen cavern with no visible exits. There are 2 bedrolls here that have not been used in weeks, and the remains of a cooking stove.
I
But no-
want to take the cooking stove.
Okay. Make a wisdom check for me, Posh Allen.
Cool. Oh, oops, that should be +1. 21.
Bloody hell, a natural 20. As you're trying to, like, investigate, like, the stove, to try to see, like, yeah, we could take it. Oh, you see faint paw prints along the floor around these bedrolls, leading to the eastern wall. And you, with that natural 20, you recognize those prints. For some reason of your backstory or for the sake of the narrative, you recognize the paw prints as badger paw prints.
What did I say? It's not the cat's fault. It's some other animal making us look bad. They're playing on all the stereotypes that the dogs have about cats.
And as you sort of follow where the paw prints go, you actually see one of the walls is actually a heavy rock, and you think you can move it, but it will take a lot of strength to do so.
All right, that's not me. Kona, Benji.
I will say one of you can roll with advantage.
Yep, that first roll's much better.
Benji, you sort of like crack your paws, maybe do your neck, and then you just fucking hulk out essentially. And you push the rock, and it takes a little time, and you eventually roll it away from the door. And you see the following. You see a curving tunnel leading to a small storeroom, with a single well-defined tunnel leading off to the east. The sides of the room are stocked with small crates of non-perishable goods such as jerky, nuts, and dried berries, all packed for travel. Beyond the food, there are a few bedrolls and several sets of dark-coloured travel clothes. The eastern tunnel extends for roughly 20 feet before ending in an elaborate door. Firmly set into the wall and covered with looping designs, it's instantly apparent to all of you that the door has no handle and no keyhole.
Okay, 1, I want to take a set of travel clothes just in case I need them.
We should definitely grab snacks.
So yeah, you can put in a few days' rations, and it seems to be quite a lot here.
So, like, enough for the whole town?
At a glance, you don't think it's enough for the whole town, but definitely for at least 10, 15 people for at least a couple days. It's not like a year's supply of food or anything.
My thought is all these people moved underground and have this secret hidden city underneath.
I don't know what's up. I mean, we should just stock up on some rations. I'm grabbing the extra set of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Then do we check out that other storeroom, or do we continue on to the ornate door?
I thought we were in the other storeroom. That's where this stuff
are we?
was. And then the door is leading out of this storeroom, right?
In the east wall, yes. It's like a small tunnel and then an elaborate door with no handle and no lock.
Yeah, so we're in the storeroom. That's where we grabbed the stuff, and then
Yeah.
we went to the
Yeah.
door and saw it.
Exactly. What are you thinking, Kona?
just along for the ride at this point.
Yeah, but you're our search dog.
I am kind of a search dog, but I don't know what to search for.
So I can say it again. So there's always crates which seem to be stuffed full of non-perishable food.
Mhm.
There is a couple of bedrolls, some dark travel clothing, and then this tunnel, the eastern tunnel that roughly extends for about 20 feet. For this elaborate door is set into the stone, and like I said, there's no handle and there's no keyhole in it.
Can we try to brood it open?
I guess I'll search for clues or hidden items.
Okay, yeah, make a search check for me, please. What were you saying, Benji?
Can we try and brute that door open?
Yeah, you can definitely try. What, you're just going to bash it through?
Pretty much.
I rolled a 16.
I'll describe this first before, and then, yeah,
That's
Benji can
fine.
roll me a strength check. So, yeah, you just find more of his food, and you get the intense impression that this was packed for people
Mhm.
if they need to leave in a hurry. And there's definitely enough for, with the stuff that you've taken, maybe you've taken like at least 4 persons worth of food and sort of rations and whatnot. And yeah, Grolf doesn't take anything. He sort of just stood back watching you guys work. You get the distinct impression that this is just in case an emergency happens and people need to leave.
Knew something like this was gonna happen.
Does it look like it's like a remainder of people that, like, after people took stuff? Or does it look like this is the pile in its entirety?
You know what? It looks like it's not been touched at all until you guys came in and touched it.
Okay.
So Benji, you rolled an 11.
Yep.
What are you trying to are you trying to find a handle, or are you just trying to
I'm just trying to brood it open.
Okay, so you run into the door and you hit it and it doesn't budge and you hurt your shoulder real bad. You take
Oh,
5
shit.
points of sort of bludgeoning damage as you it feels like you're just absolute rock. It's like, can't get through it.
1, I want to tell Grove to take a couple days worth of rations so he has food, or we might need it.
Are you sure, Mr. Posh Allen? It's not mine. It's somebody else's.
Yeah, and they're
But
not
they're probably
here.
dead, which means it's nobody's. And so
Wait,
now it's
they're
ours.
dead? That's awful.
Probably.
Oh, Mr. Posh Allen, I don't feel comfortable with taking dead people's things.
Do dead people eat food?
Okay, then I give him the rations I took and say, here's live person things. And then I just take more from the pile.
Oh, Mrs. Kona, I genuinely don't feel comfortable with this, and you'll put it on the. I didn't think that pioneers would work like this. I have to be honest.
Pioneers gotta eat.
And we're kind of stuck right now.
Yeah. We don't know how long we're gonna be here.
That's true. We have no way out.
We could be in these tunnels for days.
But there was a staircase in the other.
And that could lead to more tunnels. This could all just be a tunnel simulator.
Oh, do you think so, Mr. Posh Allen? I'd never heard of.
Maybe.
Okay, well, you go check out that staircase and tell us where it goes.
Surely that's the Paw Patrol's job.
Yeah, she was kidding. He was
Oh,
kidding. Like if
I- Sorry, I'm not very good at humor, Mr. Posh Allen.
Fucking Dobermans.
I wanna investigate this door.
Yeah.
Okay. With Benji having just almost dislocated their shoulder going into it, you can make whatever investigation at advantage. I'll let you do one of you do that. It's a wisdom or a search.
I've got a +2 to wisdom.
Oh, sounds like Kona is the one checking out this door
Yes.
for us.
You do it at advantage because Benji kind of blasted into the door. I'd also say, so you have currently in the fortune bowl as well, you currently have 2 tokens. You can always take a token to re-roll if you wish to.
19.
Ooh, just what you needed. Connor, you're sort of you push Benji out of the way and you start sniffing at it and looking around. And you realize that this is firmly set into the rock. There is no opening mechanism for this door. It actually is
Damn
just
it.
stuck into the rock. But then looking at the floor and looking around, you see that there is actually the shelves are going as high as the ceiling. You see there is a switch hidden into one of the northern walls to one of the things, and you click it, and the shelves move and open into another tunnel.
The
Nice.
shelves move?
The shelves move.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 tunnels. I don't care which one we take.
I will lead the way through the shelf tunnel.
All right.
All right, shelf tunnel it is.
So this well-defined upward sloping tunnel leads out of the warren to the north, away from Ellendong. And you sort of get out and you find this exit in a expertly hidden small copse of trees, about half a mile or so to the north. So it goes past Ellendong and closer to mines, and you've found an exit.
Yay.
I say we go back and check out the other tunnel that we
Well, let's just. I just want to do a quick search or a quick notice check just to look around this area and see if it looks like somebody's been through here recently.
That would be more of a survive if you're looking for tracks.
I'll do it.
I guess I'll just do a notice check to see if I notice anything else. Like if I notice where we are, tell how far away we are, see if I can see the mine or something like that.
Yeah, if you see the mine, yeah, absolutely, that's a notice check.
23.
I got a 20 on mine.
So, Kona, with your unnatural 20, you have a look through here. There's no paw prints in the soil or the ground leading off anywhere. You seem to be the only people that have come through here recently. Posh Alan, you sort of look out. See, you can't see the mines from here, but you can see sort of a mountain in the distance sloping up, and you would assume the mine would be towards that direction.
Can we still see the town at all?
So you can see Ellen Donk is behind you, about half a mile behind you. You can see the buildings and stuff as well. Otherwise, that's it.
Okay, so we don't think this shadowy creature came this way?
According to Kona's previous role, you don't think anyone else will come through this escape.
I trust Kona.
Yeah, I do too. So should we go back and try to find the shadow creature?
Yes, I think so.
I agree.
Where are you guys going?
Back through the tunnel to try the other one.
All the way back to the staircase, not the other the staircase.
Oh, the staircase.
Are you going towards the staircase?
Yeah.
Yeah, back down the tunnel we were just at, through the shelf door, back over to the fork, down the other path to the staircase.
Okay. Can everyone make me a dexterity saving throw? And anyone who's in medium armor does it at disadvantage because it's heavy armor.
21.
18.
7.
What's my dexterity? Is it 1?
Grolf. Oh, Grolf does not do well. Who got less than a 15?
Aye, Captain.
Less, just Brandon. Tied me.
15 is what you needed. Yeah, Grolf didn't get it. So Benji and Grolf, as you started walking through, you suddenly all hear a click, and Benji and Grolf fall into a 10-foot deep pit with stakes. They take...
Like at the stairs or on the way back? Where does this specifically happen at?
In the middle of the room, because I asked where you guys were going, and you went straight to the stairs. So you would have crossed.
Okay, I thought we had already gone up to the stairs and gone into that room. So never mind. Okay,
No.
I didn't realize we had just sort of seen it and then.
So
I thought we'd gone into the room.
So those who fell into the trap take 7 points of piercing damage as they sort of get pierced by these stakes on the ground.
On that 1 health. Nice.
Okay,
Oof.
so
Graf isn't feeling great either.
1. All right, let's fish him out, and then.
How?
Did we take rope from that general store?
Yeah, there's non-perishable goods, right? They got some rope.
Yep.
I have a magnifying glass. Does that help?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have a 10-point antler.
Yeah, we can get some rope and fish him out, and then I say we take a short rest after this. Everybody.
Yep.
Yep. So you guys get Benji and Grolf, and Grolf looks very shaken by this, like he wasn't expecting it. So he sort of just sits on his own, a little bit apart from the group, but is just sort of quietly. Are you doing it in this central this chamber, or are you going to go back into a different room?
Yeah, we could go to the ration room.
Do we want to go? Do we want to go all the way back out, like outside of that other tunnel, back out into the woods, so we can kind of not be like we don't know where people are going to be. Like maybe somebody comes back up these stairs, or somebody comes to try and check in the ration room to reset the close the door or something. But if we go all the way back out to the woods, maybe it's harder to get snuck up upon or something. Like we're sort of farther away, so maybe somebody is coming out from the thing. We don't know who else is in this complex. We don't know how big it is, this tunnel system. So maybe we want to go all the way back out to the woods.
My concern with leaving is that if there is this shadow creature kind of trapped below like we are, then if there's another way out, they're going to take that. But if we stay in the ration room, then maybe they have to kind of try and sneak past us.
Right, but I don't know if I want them to try and get past us, because we don't know if they bring reinforcements. I'd rather us be outside of that known exit, and then if they leave, we can follow them. But we don't have to necessarily fight them if we're not ready yet. Whereas, the shadow figure can go back with 20 people. You know what I mean? But if we can just be in the woods and just hide, and then we go, well, we can't take that. Let's just follow them. For the ration room, we have no choice. We have to fight them.
So we at least know that this city had some form of exit plan.
Yeah, but if we're in the woods, we can at least see if anyone comes out there. Otherwise, we know they're still down farther in this tunnel system.
Unless there's another exit somewhere else.
Right, but that still involves going farther down, and we will never know if they left or not until we discover that other exit. But if we're outside of the tunnel system, we're in the woods, we can still hide. If we go, that's too many people, we're not ready to fight them. We can still hide. But if we're inside here and they have to walk past us, we're screwed. They have, we're going to get fought.
I'm okay with the woods.
Yeah, we can go to that known exit.
So you make your way out. Maybe Grohl is sort of behind you, looking a little bit sad, but very quiet to himself, feeling a bit disappointed that he didn't spot the trap. Make your way outside to the woods.
Should be disappointed. Bad boy.
No, that's not true. He shouldn't be disappointed. Our seasoned adventurer Benji didn't spot it either. So, hey, don't feel too
but
bad
I'm a
about
fucking
that.
brute, so
Wait.
back off.
Why are you
This is
sticking
your
up
first...
for this kid?
I'm trying to help him out.
Okay.
you know what? He's got a bad family upbringing being racist against cats, but that doesn't mean that he's a bad dog.
No, hang on. Look, I know you're trying to help me feel better, Mr. Posh Allen, but I really...
You're right, I am, and I'm glad it's working.
I don't know what's wrong with my father. Maybe he is a massive racist, maybe he's not, but I just want to find out what's going on. And so far, I've just been in several underground rooms. I got hit by a spike, and then
You didn't dislocate your shoulder running into the wall. You're doing better than our companion over here.
Well, Mr. Benji was clearly using his most impressive talent to go first, and I applaud that valor. I really do.
Look, kid, I ain't the brightest.
Oh, don't do yourself down, Mr. Benji.
There's no but to that. That's just the end of the sentence.
Oh.
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 Okay, well, let's go.
Yeah, so you go outside. You can take a short rest. So using your stamina die, you can regain hit points. So you roll it plus your constitution. You can either use it for hit points or you can use it for spell slots. And Graf will do the same. And during that time, so you maybe spend an hour there, and maybe you are keeping an eye on the exit. You don't see anything.
That's good, because I'm only at half health after spending my hit die for the day.
You know what? During the short rest, I want to ask Gruff. I want to be like, hey, what else do you know about this town and like the history? Like, how long has it been supplying iron to your family? How long have you guys been in? Like, what do you know about this town?
Oh well, it's been the iron mines itself have been in the Doberman family for generations. We've always sought iron from here. Did you know there's actually there's 3 types of Doberman. There's red, there's black, and there's blue. And the blue ones control we're more the politicians and the people that take charge sort of in a Pugmire. And then the red ones, well, you've seen them about in the military district. They were sort of help with the troops there. And then the black Dobermans, well, they're the ones who control the business up here in Ellendonk. So actually, I don't really know that much about what they do here. But it's always been in our family. So we've not had any, from my knowledge, we've not had any disruption within our supply lines. But like I said, ever since I got home from school, my parents have been acting really strangely about this whole business.
Follow-up question. Why'd you go home from school? Like, term was done, or like what? They just canceled classes? You taking online classes now? Is that it?
No, I'm at
classes via parchment, like pigeon classes.
No, I'm in the Waterdog Port. It's a military school. My father asked me to go there. I've never been one for sort of military-esque things, but you got to carry on the legacy, as it were. So I was there, and then we've just finished for the season, and I've come home for the holidays.
So at least Pugmire has been spared the global pandemic, so that's good. Something happy, at least.
What is the next plan of action, Paul's Patrol? I mean, now that that trap has been sprung, we could always try going down the stairs. We just need to, I guess, go round the sides of that chamber so we don't fall in it again, right?
But we could ask our all-knowing NPC friend here for more exposition on the history of the world.
Yes.
I honestly, Mr. Fancy Allen, no, Mr. Posh Allen, Mr. Posh Allen, I would happily talk to you about the affairs of Pugmire and the Doberman family, but I really must insist that we find out what is going on here.
Okay, lead the way.
Well, hang on, Paul's Patrol.
No, I think Kona is very good at leading the way.
Right.
I am the best at
And
leading the way.
has never managed to fall into a trap like Benji.
I'm the goodest girl.
I am the dumbest boy.
So what's the plan then? Are you going back into the cavern?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I think
Heck
so.
Yeah. And go
All
down
right.
the stairs.
Going down the stairs. All right. So you go downstairs into a room that is ancient and crumbling. The stairs seem to end abruptly into a newly laid but very solid-looking wall. There doesn't seem to be anything here. Like compared to the rest of the tunnels, this definitely has the scent or the stench, even of like mold and sort of like when something's not been disturbed for a while. Is that sort of pang in the air of like dust and time? That's what it feels like here. Like nothing's been touched at all.
Now I'm going to do a notice check.
Go for it.
8.
You go up to the wall. It looks very solid, and you pat it all round and stuff. But yeah, seems to be a dead end.
Yeah, I'm going to use detect magic then.
All right, describe what you need to know.
For the duration, you can see the presence of magic, the unseen, and creatures under unseen influence within 30 feet of you. I didn't know I was going to see unseen. Well, now that's terrifying, and I regret this. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any specific invisible creature or object in the area that bears magic. The spell cannot be used. So I can sense the magic, and then once I sense it, I can hone in on it and see specifically where it's coming from, it looks like.
So yeah, you sort of take a moment to focus yourself, closing both your eyes, maybe putting your paws together, taking a big breath in, and then breathing out, and seeing like there's almost like a vibration in the air as you sort of do your sort of radar-esque type thing. And within 30 feet, there is nothing magical here.
Well, I'm stumped. We give it a good shot, guys.
So we've exhausted all options of paths that this thing could have gone down, correct?
Apparently so.
Unless there's another one in here somewhere.
I know. Should I search the room?
Yes.
That's 21.
You notice, searching the room, there's nothing in this room, but coming up to this wall, you can sense, with that really good roll, some of the stones in the wall, you press one and it goes in a little bit. And you're having a look around, you can see a couple of them you think could go in, but you're not entirely sure. And they're all different colours, these stones in the wall. There's some greys, there's some blacks.
There's some grays. There's some other grays. There's some other grays because dogs are colorblind. So there's even more grays.
Well, actually, when dogs get alleviated, there's certain defects, perhaps. So, like, for example, pugs with their sort of bad breathing and stuff, it gets eliminated because they find ways to get around
But
it.
do they stop looking so ugly?
That's very mean.
Oh.
But so it is assumed that all dogs and cats can see in color in Pugmire.
Oh, hooray.
Do any of these look like, I would assume that this is underground, kind of abandoned-esque, that there'd be quite a bit of dust on the wall? Can I notice which bricks maybe look like they've been disturbed?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
That would be a 21.
Looking at the wall, you can actually see quite a couple of them have been disturbed, but it's bizarre in a way. Like, it's not like a group of one color. It's like a group of several different colors have been like touched or not touched, and you can see like not paw prints perhaps, but like definitely like marks where somebody has been pressing them.
So do we think there's an order? Can I just try pushing the ones that look like they've been?
You can certainly do that, yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Are you pressing all that you see, or are you just going to press a couple of them?
I'm gonna start by pressing 1.
Okay, you press one.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna press another one.
Nothing happens.
Press all of them.
Okay. Yep, you just go mad, press them all. Nothing
Yeah.
happens.
Okay, so there's clearly an order that this needs to be done.
Is there markings on the stones or anything like that?
Nope, nothing like that. Not with your roll from before.
Does my roll notice markings on the stones that have
No.
been disturbed?
Nope.
Okay, what colors specifically?
There's a whole range of different colors. There's grays,
Right,
there's
but which ones? All of what colors specifically? There's so many colors.
Gray,
Which ones
black,
specifically?
brown, reds. They've all been touched. Even more so that Charles has done it.
I want to know each of the colors that has been touched.
Yeah, those are the colors.
I touch all the gray ones that look like they'd been disturbed.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I touch all the red ones that look like they've been disturbed.
Nothing happens.
All the brown ones.
Nothing happens.
While they're doing this, I
All the
just sit
beige
and chew
ones.
on my antler.
There's no beige ones. You chew on the antler.
Is there like a royal family like color stuff? There's like a Doberman color. Ooh, what if there's Doberman colors? We have got all the colors of like the Doberman family, like
Oh,
There are.
color
I mean,
crests
so
and
there's
stuff.
red, blues, and blacks there. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's try all the black ones.
Okay.
Well, let's do all the blacks and reds and blues. They got all type.
Well,
Ooh,
let's start
but
with
who's
the
in
black,
charge?
and we can add to it.
So you press all the black ones,
Yes,
black stones. Nothing
Yes.
happens.
and then all the red ones,
Nothing happens.
and then add in all the blue ones.
Nothing happens.
So pressing all the black, reds, and blues, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay, just the red ones.
Nothing happens.
Just the blue ones.
Nothing happens. Grohl
Okay, now
sort of goes.
just the. Okay, now
Let
just
the
the blues
NPC
and reds in
do what it's
combination.
gonna do.
Grohl sort of it's taking watching all of you puzzle over this wall. I don't wish to speak out of line, Paw Patrol, but
Speak.
okay, maybe the answer's not in this room. Maybe we should go look for it.
Oh, did you go to Pigeon College to figure that out?
Sorry, it was just a suggestion. I didn't mean to interrupt, Paw Patrol. Please go continue pressing
Okay,
random
don't
buttons.
apologize to him. Don't
And
apologize to her. Grow a
where-
backbone.
I think we should go look in which room?
Well, we didn't really look. Well, when I fell into the trap, I know I made a bit of a yelp and stuff, and so did Mr. Benji. But we didn't really stay in that room very long. I don't know if we should have looked in there a bit more, perhaps.
Okay,
Wait,
the
hold on.
NPC is
Is
telling
this-
us to go there, so we should go there.
Oh, you're right. We went up the stairs. Hey, Benji, go climb down that pit very carefully again to see if there's anything down there.
Yeah, try not to
Besides the
dislocate your
spikes.
shoulder.
Bite me. I continue chewing my antler while you idiots go back and forth.
Benji, go check out the spikes.
Yeah, you didn't pee down there, so like you better go mark that
Yeah.
area.
Oh,
And
I'm
yeah,
sure
while
I
you're,
pissed
it's your-
myself
it's
when
your
I fell
area.
in.
while you're down there, look for
Yeah, but
signs.
Rolf was down there too, so you kind of both claimed it. You better go
Yeah,
solidify that.
I was
claim.
very
I'm
badly
talking
injured when I went
shitty.
down there.
You know, I think Grolf kind of peed himself a little bit while he was
No,
down
I
there.
did
so Now
not.
it's
I think
I
it's
that was
basic
it.
claim.
Mr. Charles, I
Are
really don't.
you gonna allow that, Benji?
Mis-
I mean,
Mr. Charles, I didn't. I did not. I am an honor. I'm a member of the Dublin Household. We do not wet ourselves.
Oh, what? So you're noble, so you don't pee places sometimes?
No,
Come
I
on.
do not.
Yeah, hey,
Come on, get rid of
Grolf's just trying to save face, but word of the street, Benji, is that he did piss himself.
are you gonna go mark down there or not, Benji?
I just shake my head and go back to chewing on my bone.
I'm
Free- it's
taking
free
the
game.
antler from Benji.
Okay.
I snap
no,
at you.
no. You can't just take it. Do a strength off because it's going to be a pissing contest, right? So both of you need to roll strength checks.
No, but Kona is like 20 times size.
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, unfortunately, this isn't real life, but in real life,
Oh,
Kona can do whatever
no.
she
Fuck you.
wants to Benji.
Boo.
Yeah, Benji's like,
I
no!
growl at you and
no!"
snap.
So I make eye contact with Benji at the door to this room,
Uh-oh.
and I
Dude.
lift my leg and I pee a little.
Oh dear.
And I say, "This is mine now."
I
And then
growl.
I scratch my feet and kick up dirt in this room. And I say, "This is really mine."
It's a very good point you've put there. So Benji, are you going against that personality trait?
I see it. I plan to mark it as soon as we leave the room. But
Okay.
I'm not giving in to their
Fine.
taunts.
All right,
So
so you're not-
okay, I got a plan for this. So
All right, I'm gonna go
Charles-
back to that pit
No,
room.
no,
then.
shut up.
Our attempts,
Shut up.
our attempts to peer pressure
I
Benji
got this.
are not
No,
working.
I got
you can keep on
Shut
doing
up.
it. I'm just going back.
Okay.
I'm like Grolf.
Grolf
come
has
with me.
just left.
Okay, you two leave.
Yeah,
So
yeah. He's leaving with me. My weekend with Grolf. You get him next weekend.
Charles is known for wandering as he does his business.
Mm-hmm.
So Charles is going to walk around Benji and produce a circle
Okay.
of piss around him in an effort to try and like frustrate him enough where he has to start marking everything.
Fine.
So now you have a ring of piss around you. So I do that, and then I continue my eye contact, and I back out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And along the hallway, I just continue to mark along the hallway all the way
Fine.
to that pit.
Fine. Done. Easy enough.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Oh, Charles has a lot. It's not like
To move on the narrative somewhat,
Rationing it out.
As soon as
So-
they leave the room, I put my my antler away and I start pissing on all the spots.
and I will end by lifting my leg over the pit and peeing into it.
you all eventually, through one way or another, come back to the pit room. As a general suggestion, who would like to search this room?
I'll
Conan.
search the room.
Yeah, Conan's our designated searcher. He's
Yeah,
got the
I'm the
best
search and
nose.
rescue dog here.
All right, go for it.
It's a 13. That wasn't very good.
You maybe avoiding this whole pissing contest type thing. Take on the suggestion of Grolf and have a look round, round the pits and around the corners where you went, and you actually do find faint footprints leading to a hastily replaced secret passageway on the northern wall of this thing. There seems to be a cleverly hung sort of burlap cloth representing the earthen walls that sort of cover over this sort of tunnel. And as you sort of sweep it to the side, you can see this tunnel leading off to the north.
Okay. I'm gonna go through the curtain thing
Okay.
and follow the tunnel.
Anyone going to go with? Or are you just going to sit there?
I will follow.
I see Kona go and follow.
Okay, everyone goes. As you step in, you see 2 badgers in the back of this large chamber.
Oh, shit.
They are standing guard in front of a dozen thin, half-starved cats, all of them cowering and trying to keep quiet.
The cats are cowering to the badgers.
No, so the badgers are stood, 2 badgers are stood in front of them,
Uh-huh.
and about half a
So
dozen
the badgers
cats.
are the starving.
The answer is yes. The cats are cowering. The badgers are like on guard.
Yeah, but they're not cowering to the badgers. The badgers are stood in front of them.
Oh, like the badgers are either protecting them or keeping them prisoner? We don't know yet.
Well, you all sort of get that. They have their weapons out and are looking at you. They haven't moved yet. They are just standing ready.
What's going on here?
One of the badgers, a sort of looks like a sort of the slightly taller, broader one, sort of rasps outside. Look, I don't know who you are, especially you, and sort of points at you, saying, I don't trust anyone that has that symbol upon them. And of course, you remember you're wearing that
Yep.
studded leather armor, or the battered leather armor, sorry, with the Doberman
Oh,
symbol.
Yeah.
He says, I don't know who you are, but you need to turn around and go back to Hendrik and tell him you can stop sending the dogs here to try and kill us. Even if you succeed, others will come, and everyone will know just what kind of dog he really is.
Okay, Henrik's the father, correct?
And I retort, oh, these rags, I found them upstairs and threw them on because I didn't have anything.
I was naked and afraid.
Yes.
Ha! A likely
Coming
story.
soon to a television near you.
Yeah, don't tell them about Groff, the son of him.
Groff is very quiet at the back.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything.
Yeah, stay back there.
The cats behind are literally shaking. Like you see maybe a young, sort of like barely a kitten, barely
They're
out of being
hungry?
a kitten. Oh, they look hungry and they are shaking, like hiding behind them. They look pretty starved and scared.
I mean, there are a lot of rations like up there.
They seem to be scared of you.
I want to offer them a day's worth of the rations that I have.
The badger says, "Stop right there! Don't you come any closer. Whatever it is, just put it down. Put it down."
Okay, Posh Alan, time to work your magic.
Look, I'm just saying. There were a lot of rations that you guys have access to. You don't have to be starved. Like, clearly, the badgers did not think this one through. There is plenty of food here, and they're withholding it from the cat.
The badger snarls it. Did you actually try eating it?
No, because we have our own rations. We haven't gotten to it yet.
You found that secret room then? Ah, I knew I wasn't careful enough with it.
Yeah. Yeah, we found that secret room. I'm assuming he's talking about the one with the rations.
The ration sounds like they must be poisoned then.
You maybe look down on it, and actually, as you go to sniff it and maybe take a bite out of the jerky, you tell it's completely plastic.
Oh, it's money.
Dude. Yeah, this is cash.
Good thing I put a few day rations in my bag.
Look, I don't care what you want. You need to get out of here, or we will kill you. You can't have these.
I'm gonna change my rucksack from a few plastic coins to a few plastic coins.
What do you want from us?
We don't want anything. We
We
don't
just
want
wanna
you.
know what's
We
happening.
don't want the cats.
We were hired
what?
to come here and figure out what was going on.
Well, what do you think is going on?
It looks like someone's persecuting you.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm going to be honest, what it looks like is you're holding a bunch of cats prisoner right now. Like, if I'm going to be real honest.
Yeah, it's not looking real good for you.
Like, it looks like you're starving them. Like, I mean, look,
Starving
I'm not saying
them?
that's what it is. I'm just saying.
We've rescued them.
Yeah, but
They
that's not what it looks like.
Where'd you rescue them from?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
The
you got
mines.
to worry about the court of public opinion here. Not us.
We don't need to answer to you. There's just simply too much at stake.
Why is the
Okay.
town empty?
The town? You really don't know what's going on, do you?
Yeah, no.
No.
And
We just
why
had
we're trying to
Please.
figure it
We
out.
just had a pissing match back there. Please enlighten us.
Henrik sent you here, right? To sort out a little cat problem?
Yeah.
He didn't specify, but yeah.
He specified cat problem.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
that
I
bright.
interpreted cat as mouse.
Yeah, we were a little
Skeptical.
Distracted.
skeptical of
We were open to it being any race.
Okay. God, he was really scraping the barrel, wasn't he, with you lot?
Yes.
It's something like
Yes,
that.
he was.
Look, you clearly need to be kept up to speed. Got it. If he's sending people like you around here. Look, a couple of years ago, the Dobermans thought they could be more productive and make the mines more efficient if they just, well, enslave the entire mine. Workers are trapped there in the mines. Like, what was the point in having a village? So those who weren't miners were told to either get out or keep silent or be enslaved.
So they removed work from their own Doberman family.
Well, not everyone can work. Children, the weak, the elderly. Regardless, they've set up this man-damned cat conservation society where any poor cat or any sort of non-dog could go to their doors and be given a chance of a new life. Little did they know the new life would be slave labor. And, well, we managed to rescue these poor creatures in the last couple of days, and we were planning to head on out there and get back to Pugmire and let people know the news, but, well, our plans keep getting thwarted. Myself and Levi, we've been here for a couple of weeks trying to work out a way into the mines, and well, groups of mercenaries, people that, like you, Henrik must have heard of us and heard that we were trying to help, so he sent 2 mercenary groups out there. We managed to dispatch the first group, and then the second one couldn't find the storehouse. And you see Levi sort of like is looking quite quietly, hasn't spoken yet at all, looking quietly at his feet. A sort of smaller male badger.
I guess my question is, can I use sense motive on Levi to see if I can get
Yeah,
an inkling of why he is?
definitely.
That's a 15.
Now that you look at him, he is being very quiet, and he doesn't seem to be like nervous around you per se. Like he obviously was ready to fight you, but you can tell he's sort of looking between you and to the female badger, mostly concentrating on the female badger, and it's sort of like, I guess the word I'm trying to think of is like believing every word she says, like with pure sincerity. He believes her a lot and is very distrustful of you. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Can you do that same thing on the female badger?
I mean, anyone can do it on the female badger. It doesn't have to be
Oh.
Kona.
So what would be a motive check?
It's wisdom, I think.
I got a 15.
Yeah, she believes every word she says, and she believes that you have been sent to kill them and this family, and this sort of group of cats. She's very distrustful of you guys, but it seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. Well, so you seem genuine.
Because I am. You are the ones that are here to kill us.
Now, we never said that, did we?
The fact you have someone wearing the Doberman livery and you were sneaking around the village, well, how can I trust you?
Well, we're Paw Patrol. It's what we do.
I've never heard of you.
So, how can we prove to you that we are not here to kill you?
I'm so glad you asked. Look, there's just simply too much at stake. There is a way for both me and Levi to make sure, but it's not going to be safe. We heard you traipsing about earlier in this part of the Warren, and it sounds like you went down that staircase that led to the ruin. We think it's from the time of man. We tried to do what man has asked us and recovered what was lost, but there's something else down there. It's waiting. We fled and managed to seal it, but before I left, I saw an artifact. It looked like a book, perfectly preserved. When we were sealing up the exit, I made sure to put in a hidden switch, just in case we ever needed to enter that horrible place again. Look, here's what I propose to you. I will tell you the secret way to open that wall. Your party, your pioneers or whatever, goes down into that vault, clears out whatever it is down there, and brings that book back here. If you do that, we can talk further. I pledge our companions here will not leave this place until you return, or until nightfall. Do we have an agreement?
Thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against cats.
Where'd you get a thumb? I want one.
Cats have thumbs.
Beans, thumb beans.
One toe bean up.
So you're in agreement? You'll help them out?
I think we see what's down there.
So this badger, who then introduced herself as Harriet, talks through the different sort of combinations of pressing stones in and out to a certain sort of almost like pattern, like almost like Morse code, for you to get into this room. Just be careful. Whatever it is down there, it's not good, and you need to have your wits about you.
Okay, any other information?
I don't know. You seem to be pioneers, right? Just do what you normally do. Hit things and kill them. All right. So you're all agreeing to go down, sort out the whatever it is down there. You're gonna go try and find this relic, this artifact.
Yeah, buddy.
Will our heroes ever uncover who is behind the Great Cat Conspiracy? Find out next time on What Am I Rolling? The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were Jacob Vogts, Brandon Trent, Katie Trent, and Andrew Folkman. This episode's RPG was Pugmire by Eddie Webb. You can find out more information about Pugmire on their website. That's www.realmsofpugmire.com. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for the latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply.